Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We have arrived in London, but apparently it seems that the head of this place is kinda missing, quite literally so. So we need to investigate what's going on here, and it looks like we're going to start with the corpse itself, so let's have a look.
This letter. Someone wanted us to see it. From Rome went an order of heretics who worshipped the relics of a time before Christ.
Erke, this was the letter he told us about. Said it contained fearful news about London.
It warns of 3 such heathens who have infiltrated London. His killers, I expect.
Okay. So what exactly am I looking at here? Someone is giving something to the leader. I'm not sure what it is. Is it like a coin? Kinda hard to tell. Let's continue to look around. Okay, we have more stuff over here.
3 sets of footprints leave. 2 average and 1 massive.
Oh yeah, this guy is really massive. This isn't the guy we just fought at the gate, right? I don't think he was quite as large. But okay, we're looking for 3 people, apparently. And I think, yeah, there's something else over here. Let's destroy this first. I mean, this is perfect crime scene procedure, right? It just smashing everything.
A barber surgeon's tools. Sharp and precise for easy butchery. Must have been what was used to free Trigger's head from his neck.
A barber surgeon's tools. That is kinda unusual. Okay, but it looks like I'm still missing some clues here. It's just some silver. Oh, hang on a second. I will take your treasures. And I will have a look at this letter. Letter to Uba. Uba, my commander, my friend. I hope you are in high spirits in this warm weather. While London never gets as cold as Norway, it rains here nearly every day. I feel as cold and grey as a fish, a common affliction here, I found. Still, the walls hold strong and our larder stay fat with bounty. I do not miss going a Viking. I've seen enough golden sunrises for my days. Now I'm ready to rest on my laurels and have my taste of the city's trollops. If you grow tired of sleeping on ships or are wearing Eva around your neck like a noose, there is always a throne for you here, your brother-in-arm Trigger. Okay, so he's apparently friends with Uba. Okay, but this doesn't really tell us much about what happened here. So, can I talk to you maybe?
I can't make head or foot of all this. I just can't.
Look at us, sitting on our laurels while Eivor does all the work.
Clearly, I'm still missing something here. Maybe on the outside? Well, apparently not, because the quest marker is on the inside. Oh, it's all the way on top of this place. Is that a person? It's hanging there? Yeah, that's clearly a person. What happened here? Huh. Weird.
I do not envy this man's death. Hang on, there's something in his hand. This was not Trigger's seal.
No, it looks Roman in origin. Must have been on a ladder he opened.
It must have been significant to this god for him to grasp it, even in death.
Perhaps it's what got him killed.
I think I have a clear idea of what happened here.
Really?
Trigger was shot where he sat, probably as he read the letter. One of his guards grabbed the seal and tried to escape. He didn't make it. A second killer found him first. He met his end at the noose, lifted by the bigger man. A third attacker took his eyes, then came for Trigger's head. Symbolic, maybe. Headless leader, eyeless guards. The killers were without fear. This kill was a message. Their footprints leave together. 3 sets heading back to the courtyard. The letter mentions 3 heretics, named only by monikers. The Leech, the Arrow, the Compass. Signed by someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Poor fellow soldier. Odd name.
3 names, 3 killers, as you said.
Baldersack. Could be anyone in London. Who can we trust?
Only the people in this room, I fear.
Even that would be unwise, until we know more.
Well,
The
what are you
Arrow is
implying?
described as a pugnacious Dane invader. That describes too many in London.
The Leech hails from Wessex. London is home to many of them as well.
And the Compass, a Frankish captain.
Less common, but no face comes to mind.
What is this symbol here?
Oh,
I recognize that from the Mithraic temple. I passed it on the way here.
yeah, that's a terectomy, killing of a sacred bull, which is like the most common iconography of Mithraism. Mithraism, of course, is one of the many mystery religions that popped up in the late antiquity. And mystery religion means that it wasn't really practiced openly. You couldn't just go into a temple and worship that deity, but you had to be initiated into it to gain any deeper knowledge of its rites and practices. And there were quite a few of these in the late Roman Empire. I mean, the most famous one is probably the Eleusinian mysteries, but those were actually much older. They're from Greece and predate classical times. But then in like the 2nd, 3rd century, we had quite a few of these mystery religions in Rome, most of which were centered around a foreign, that is non-Roman and non-Greek deity. Like you had the cult of Isis from Egypt, for example, or Serapis, which was basically a Hellenized version of Osiris. And then there was the cult of Mithras, who was based on a Persian deity, although the Roman Mithras was somewhat different than its Persian version. But the cult was quite popular among Roman soldiers, and they spread that religion quite to distant places. Like there were lots of Mithraeums, like Mithraic temples in what is nowadays France and Germany, at least the part that was part of the Roman Empire, and in Britain as well. And while some people say that for some time Mithraism may have been like a rival to early Christianity, and that if things had gone a little bit different, maybe Mithraism had become like the official religion of Rome, and today we all would be worshipping Mithra instead of Jesus. That is actually kind of debatable, because, I mean, first of all, it was a mystery religion, so it was kind of mysterious and secretive, and it wasn't specifically trying to convert the masses like Christianity did. It also didn't claim to have exclusivity, so you could be a member of Mithraism and still worship any other god and, go to a temple and worship, I don't know, Jupiter or whatever. So even if it had become like the official religion of Rome, it probably wouldn't have had the same kind of zeal to eradicate any other religion, which Christianity certainly had once they gained the majority in the Roman Empire. And they were particularly vicious in persecuting Mithraism, because it has some, well, at least superficial similarities to Christianity, and apparently they found that to be rather egregious. For example, it is assumed that Mithraism also offered some kind of promise of salvation for its members. And I mean, that is something that the usual mainstream paganism at that time didn't really focus on a lot. I mean, usually in most of the pagan religions in antiquity, if you died, you went to the underworld and that's it. Game over, right? So enjoy life while you can, because after death it's just going to be boring as hell. No pun intended. The obvious exception here would be the Egyptian religion, which was like the first one that really had this idea of an afterlife that's actually pleasant, like a paradise, but not everyone would get to enjoy it. You had to, fulfill certain requirements to get to this nice afterlife as opposed to the bad or boring one. And I mean, it kind of influenced the Greek mythology in a sense that they had the Elysium fields, for example, but it wasn't really connected to this idea of salvation where, you could kind of gain entrance to that place by behaving in a certain way or by believing a certain thing. It was mostly up to the gods. They could arbitrarily decide who gets to be in Elysium and who has to go to Hades. So I guess Mithraism was kind of a competitor to Christianity because they had a similar core branding of salvation. And that's why they were persecuted quite viciously. For example, I remember that they excavated like a Mithraeum in, I think, France. And it was like buried under rubble. And inside they found, well, first of all, the remains of, the sanctuary, which were apparently destroyed. And they found a skeleton of a man who had his hands bound by iron chains. So the interpretation here is that, the temple was destroyed. The man was probably like the priest of that temple, and then he was buried alive inside the temple, and they covered the entrance with rocks and rubble. So they didn't like the Mithraic cult at all. But yeah, I guess I will pick this option. I mean, I know what a Mithraic temple is, but Eivor doesn't, so I'm guessing she will be interested in that.
Mithraic temple. Is that a church?
A church? Heavens, no. Mithras was a pagan idea. A so-called god beloved by the ancient soldiers that built this city. Our city is overrun with cowards. We may be next to fall if we don't resolve this sick fermentation of hate.
I've told you, this city answers to blood and power. We should serve as such.
I can't leave him like this. I need to.
We'll get the church to see to it, Stone.
No. No, it should be me. I must ready him for judgment.
I understand. Only get some air from time to time. It reeks in here. Shall we, Broga?
Alright, so I guess I'm going to look for that temple now. Find the entrance to the temple.
Well, now the locals have caught a whiff of this fatted mess.
The temple is yours to explore, Eivor. It's to the east of here. I must wear my Reeve's face for a time.
Keep away! Keep away! The fight is over. Town Hall will follow soon.
Yeah, these guys are a little bit late to defend Trigger. He's already dead. But okay, let's have a look at the map. Right, I still have this quest here for Octavian. I will take a look at that later. First, let's check out the temple. And I definitely want to synchronize that viewpoint in this episode, if possible. But for now, let's...
Should the Reeves change their minds, I will have to gut them and put a puppet atop London's throne. But Stowe seems a good man. I will trust his word.
Well, you're already making some plans if our current plan fails, huh? Anyway, let's see. This is like the proper direction. I guess. Yep, Temple of Mithras.
What do you see?
Okay, so it's somewhere in here.
The Temple of Mithras. Well guarded for a tangle of old ruins. I need to find the entrance.
Okay, so I can't just walk in here, I suppose.
This area is off limits.
Alright. I see some people on top of this, but not a lot. So let's take care of them first.
Hey, wait! There's the target! Nail it!
Alright. Did this alert anyone else? But they probably won't find me up here. So I need to find the entrance to the temple. Now, typically, Mithraim would be somewhere underground, like in the basement or a crypt or a cave. So I should be looking for
What do you
a way to
see,
go
Sue?
down, like this, for example. That's probably where I need to go. Okay, let's take care of this guy. And this guy. And now we're going down here. Okay, this looks like the right place. Apparently this part of the temple is not restricted, so I can probably just run around normally. Okay, I see a bunch of things here. Let's see.
The compass holds sway over the others. He has ordered the arrow to recruit archers in a market to the west. Worth a visit.
Recruitment orders. Arrow. We must increase our strength to stage our coup. Drum up some support from the layabouts at the West Market. Archers are needed in force. We need them to man those new springles you're so enamored with. I will return when you send word of your success. Compass. Okay. I guess that is somewhat helpful. And what do we got here?
Tools for a surgeon, finely crafted, like we found in the villa. And there is a letter here, arranging payment to a blacksmith.
Okay, but I can't actually read this letter apparently. So there's some stuff I can move around. But there's nothing behind it. What about this one? Okay, there's something behind this one. But before I go through here, let's look around a little bit. If there's anything else. Oh, we got a few stela over here. Oh, and here we go. That's the thing we saw on the seal, the Pteroctony, the killing of the bull. Yeah, very impressive. We have quite a few of these sculptures or, you know, paintings on walls. What's interesting about this is that they're all very formulaic. They all more or less depict the same scene in the same kind of arrangement. So we have the bull lying on the ground. We have Mithras, his left knee on its back pushing down the bull, his left hand holding the head of the bull, and his right hand stabbing the bull with a sword. And then we have like a snake and a dog licking the bull's blood. And we have a scorpion clinging to the bull's testicles. And I mean, usually there's also like a raven somewhere, and Mithras is typically depicted looking at the sky, at a depiction of a Sol Invictus, which was like the Roman sun god, obviously, the unconquered sun, who became very popular during the late stage of the Roman Empire, especially under the influence of certain Levantine solar deities. He's mostly known for having his feast at the 25th of December, which was very popular and probably the reason why we celebrate Christmas on that day to this day. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of strange imagery going on here, and there's some symbolism to it that has been lost to ages, so we don't really understand what any of this means. It's kind of a problem if your religion is, you know, so secretive and only the initiated get to know all its, you know, tenets and practices. And it certainly didn't help that they were persecuted by Christianity later, so we don't really have much written evidence of what they really believed. One likely explanation for these weird symbols is that they have something to do with constellations. So obviously we have Taurus, the bull, and Scorpius, you know, scorpion, and there's Canis Major and Minor for the dog, and there's also like serpent-like constellations. So these may be some astrological references, but we can't really say for certain. But yeah, I guess I'll keep looking. I think we have like a door over here, but
Must be blocked from the other side.
yeah, this is blocked. Also, what is that noise I'm hearing? It's kind of weird. So let's have a look at this corridor over here. Well, not seeing much of interest around here, but we can still move on. Okay, there is probably something over here. Oh, I guess I have to destroy this. Yep, I do. But I will take this shield. Oh! Very nice. But I will take this treasure. Do I actually want to use this? I've been kind of looking for a different shield. I mean, I would have to upgrade it first, of course, and then I can see if this is something I want to use. So for now we're going to keep our current one. But okay, let's take a look at this place. What is that noise? That's like really creepy. Also, I wish I could decipher these inscriptions, but my Latin is not that great, I'm afraid, and inscriptions are usually written in like all kinds of abbreviations that I don't understand. Yeah, what is that? So weird.
Messages between the leech and the compass. Healing, gutting. The leech is a strange one, but the compass calls the strikes.
Orders from the compass. Governor Tugger means to interfere with our work. We must eliminate him now and make a grand show of it. Take his head if you desire and serve his eyes to the river eels. Compass. His head and eyes will remain with me, for they greatly aid my work. We are at the wet machines of an early age, and there is nothing about us that cannot be improved with effort and pain. Leech. I have arranged a meeting with Trigger tomorrow morning to discuss the openings of the port to Frankian concerns. This will be his last negotiation. Be ready with our tools. The arrow will bring his own. Father, Mother, and Sacred Voice go with you. Compass. Huh. Okay, and there's something over here. Liber Antiquae Deorum. Let our wretched...
To go on for now. Erke and Stowe must see all this. I see more bloodshed in London's future. At least soon and we'll feast.
Okay, but let me read this letter, or the book of the ancient god, Liber Antiquae Deorum. Let our wretched origins be known. We are the instruments of the ancient gods. We are the refuse of an ancient world, yet we are the hope for an era reborn. Let our great task be stated. We are the shepherds of our Creator's will. We are the curators of our Creator's tools. We are the new masters of the world they made. Let our loyalties be clear. The Father of understanding guides us, the Mother of wisdom inspires us, the sacred voice fills our hearts with boldness. Let it be known, the men and women of the Order of the Ancients are the natural arbiters of the world. Let all those who oppose us perish in pain. We are everywhere and we are eternal. In the name of Mithras, the last warrior, go forth and dominate. Reclaim the world that is ours by will. Okay, so we are looking at the Order of the Ancients here, and apparently that strange noise finally stopped, so that's kind of a relief. But yeah, apparently I have what I came here for, so I will probably just leave via this door now. And I need to return to Stowe and Erke. Which means I have to get out of here, but I can probably just make a run for it if I get detected, so this shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we have like a bunch of them standing right above me. So just making a quick run is probably my best bet. Let's do it. Alright. Now I'm going to find me a place to hide and wait until they have forgotten about me. Oh, this is a distrust area. Didn't realize that. Okay, so I think they probably won't follow me all the way here. And I have to return to the governor's villa, so let's do it. Oh, we have some guards inside this building though, so should be careful not to provoke the next conflict right away. Maybe I'm just going to stay on top of the roofs. In old Assassin's Creed fashion, that's usually the safest place to be. Alright, I'll head back to the villa, and I'll bring you back once I've arrived. Alright, I'm back.
It's worth knocking on a few doors, that's all I'm saying.
Trigger wasn't killed because you want to plant a few trees and fix a few roofs in London.
Looks less like a meal for crows in here.
Eivor, you bring good findings, I hope?
A few sheets of vellum, notes between members of a secret society. The Order of the Ancients, they're called.
Order of the Ancients? Doesn't sound any bells in this head. What's the purpose?
That would take some time to explain, but know this, that I am here to kill them. In London, it seems the compass is the head. The arrow and the leech are his hands.
Pet names and secret orders. What a crock. Do we know anything we can act on?
Yes, I did find a bunch of clues. So the arrow is a Dane, apparently.
The arrow is a Dane who has seen his share of battle. His name suggests that he's an archer.
I bet my knuckles he's the one sowing discord among the Danes that shelter in London.
If it were me, I'd hide among my ranks, surrounded by other fighting men.
The arrow has orders from the compass to recruit soldiers at a market in the west.
I know the very place.
And apparently the leech is buying thralls.
The leech has need of flesh. Been looking for thralls, though I can't say why.
We found a number of dead down by the quays lately, but not thralls alone. Some of them missing we find again in several places, cut to pieces.
Good Lord, Erke.
And the compass is the leader of them.
The compass is a mystery. He's mentioned often, but there's little to go on.
Said he was a Frankish captain, did you? To find him, we'd have to mark the ships that came and went along the Thames.
Captains are a transient sort. It may be he's far away, keeping quiet.
That may be, but would he scream if we cut off his hands?
Oh, you've a filthy mind for strategy.
We kill the arrow and the leech, then sit back and wait. Let the compass come to us.
Good idea. Let's do it.
Let's not waste any more time. We will find the arrow and the leech. Killing both should drag the compass back into port. Stowe, I'll catch you at the Western Market.
Count on it.
And I'll make for the keys. There's another few bodies there to fish out of the muck.
It could be the leech is back at work.
God be with us, friends. Go in his name, and be protected by him.
Okay, so I guess I have my work cut out for me. And yep, it's more than one task. Let me have a look at the map. This is the leech, and this is the arrow. Yeah, I don't know. Let's maybe start with the arrow. For that I need to reach the Western Market. Also, since it's kinda on the way, I suppose I may want to have a look at this quest. It seems to be very close. Oh, is it the marking over here?
I find one crack. That statue is as fragile as the rest of my collection and costs more than the hovel you call a home.
Just a clay man with his cock out, you nutter.
Oops, I didn't intend to do that. I wanted to take the key, but apparently I stole the horse. So, do I need the key or do I speak to this guy?
I have a friend who needs that little Roman man you have. Octavian of London.
I've a guess who your friend is. And no, Osbert cannot have his greasy pedestrian fingers on something so exquisite.
Osbert.
Oh, that is delicious. Yes, Osbert. A name fit for a poor failure. It'll cost a cow's weight in silver to get it in his hands.
Okay, so Osbert is like his real name. It's coming with me. Win fighting matches to increase charisma. Oh, I do not have enough charisma for this. But I can just pay him, and I have enough money, so I guess I'll just give him the money. I mean, I could just wait and come back later, but whatever.
I'll give you the filthy silver.
Oh, that is... Thank you. Well, I should hope so. You may take the Legionnaire.
Alright, oh, I know I can't take the key anymore. Oh, I guess I could have maybe stolen the key to get into his house and just steal the statue. Maximilian must keep the statue in his house, yeah. Well, I guess I did this the honest way and just paid him for it. Oh no, don't set yourself on fire. Maximilian's journal. Osbert was notably absent from the Forum Assembly. For once I was able to discuss my thesis without his foul stench invading my nose. Perhaps the ordeal with the helmet has finally taught him that only men of culture can become exalted by a love of Rome. What a weird kind of rivalry you have going on here. Oh, wait, I see. This is the statue of the Legionnaire. Okay.
I'll have to take this back to Osbert.
I will. I most certainly will. Now I can steal the key, maybe? I mean, it's technically still here, but I can't take it because I don't need to. Anyway, let's continue with our current task at hand. We will return that statue later. And let's find Stowe in the Western Market. Alright, there he is. Let's talk.
Eivor, welcome to the West Market.
A lawman like you could set folks on edge in a square like this. Why not wear a cloak?
Hide my face? Not a chance. It does the people good to see a lawman on the hunt. And once we've found the arrow, this order needs to know we'll be after the leech and the compass as well.
Any noise yet about the arrow and recruits?
I've heard whispers. Somewhere here, a man gives you a coin, and this coin grants you entry to a contest run by the Arrow's men.
Which man? I see too many here.
He's good at blending in. I haven't spotted him yet today.
I'll sniff around. You stay back.
Eivor, what was your impression of Erke?
Why do you ask? You suspect him. I like Erke. I don't know him. Yeah, I don't. But do you ask because you suspect him of something?
You suspect him of something?
I don't know. Whoever killed Trigo was a close friend, and it was Erke who found the body. I know Erke so well, and I can't bear to think he'd do something so vile. But...
Then don't. Wait for proof before you condemn your friend.
Good point.
Forgive me. My latest thoughts have been restless. I've been a reeve for so long, fighting for God's justice. I shed my earthly attachments for his great plans.
But you couldn't shed Erke and his friendship.
No. No, I'm not sure I could.
It's good to talk. People can let you down. I'll grab one of those coins. Yeah, I suppose it's good that you told me about it.
It's good to talk. Unburden your soul. Clears the mind and lifts the weight off the chest.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for listening.
I should find one of these coins soon. Will you be around?
I'll return to St. Paul's just down the road. Godspeed, Eivor.
Alright. Firing the arrow, acquire a coin. Let's see.
See you, old friend.
Not seeing anything from this angle. Maybe, we'll get up here and see if I can find anything unusual. Okay, there's someone over here. And I believe there's like another marker over there. So, where do we want to start? I mean, this guy has like soldiers right next to him, so that could be a problem. Yeah, this is a distrust area, so makes it even more difficult. I don't know, can I sneak up on this guy and steal the coin from him without the soldiers noticing? Let's see.
He goes by the arrow, I'm told.
Nope.
Fit name for a keen archer. Can't wait to meet the man himself.
About time someone did something about those filthy outlanders ruining our city.
Aye, fucking pond scum. Coming here with their hands out. London for Londoners. Vermin stay on the other side of the wall.
Well, outlanders are not welcome in London. Okay, so I gained some information from this. But I'm not getting close enough to this guy to steal something, so, maybe I will check out the other marker I found over here. Let's hide inside these bushes.
You got the coin? Show me. Is that the coin? For the archery contest?
Keep off, boyo. This is my coin. I shot. You want one? You talk to my...
There we go. This coin is engraved with an image of the London Colosseum.
Alright. So, is this a clue where I have to go? I think they noticed that I stole the coin, but it doesn't look like they actually noticed me, so I can probably just sneak away now. Alright, there we go. This worked out surprisingly well. Let's get rid of that wet coat. Yeah, I guess I need to go to the Colosseum over here. Yeah, that looks like some kind of Colosseum. I mean, it's not the Colosseum, but some kind of theater. Let's check it out. That's also where the viewpoint is, so I definitely want to synchronize that. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like a small Colosseum. I'm not sure if the original London had a Colosseum of this size, but overall I would say the Roman ruins in this place are significantly more realistic than the one that we found in the countryside. I'm saying this as someone who lives in a place that was part of the Roman Empire for roughly the same amount of time as, you know, this area. And I can assure you there's nothing of this kind around here. Now, to be fair, obviously a lot of time has passed since Eivor's time, so a lot of ruins would have been destroyed in that time. But still, outside of the big cities, there wasn't really that much going on in terms of monumental architecture. Anyway, how do I get up here? Can I use this over here? Yeah, I can. There are some pretty nice Roman ruins in the city of Trier, which is a little bit west of here. And there are some few here in Cologne as well. Like some old walls and foundations. And I have visited a few, you know, temple ruins that were like in the countryside, but they don't look like these classical Roman temples that we're familiar with. Okay, this is the place. Let's have a look.
You like her? Well, yes. So make her yours. Women don't need reason. They need to be told what to do. Better you than some outlander pig breed in her.
What? Oh, charming.
What's your business? Shooting or watching? You're looking for skilled archers, and now you've found one.
This contest is private. Invitation only.
Your men are handing out these coins like they were on fire. Is this enough?
It's enough to keep us talking. But I'll want to see how well you handle that bow before you go any further. Want a trial round to test your eye?
I want to practice, I'm ready. Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to practice, just to see what exactly I'm supposed to do here.
I'll shoot a practice round, just to be sure.
Go ahead then. They're all set up.
Okay, I just have to shoot these targets within a certain time. I'm sure I can do that. Yep. Another one over here. Alright.
How was that?
You've got quite an eagle eye on you.
I mean, it was very, very close to the time limit, but I think I'm ready.
I've had enough practice. Let's begin.
A real fanatic you are. Get ready.
Also, unless they change the location, I know where the targets are now.
True before the sand runs down. Here's the new competitor, a Norse from the northern wilds of Mercia. And our current reigning champion, Sayed. All right, take your mark. Hook set. Arrows not. Fire.
All right, let's do it. And I kind of know where to shoot. Oh, I should be a little bit faster this time.
Odin's spear. Did you see that? Eivor leads to victory.
Yep, that was much better.
That's deadly aim you have. Best I've seen for some time. Well shot. You have earned your place at the arrow's side today. He'll be eager to meet you. Hold yourself to the Imperial Arch and speak with our man, Hussa. Recite the phrase. May the Father of Understanding guide us, and he'll know it's you.
Alright, looks like we're in. So, meet with Husa. Let's see. Okay, it's not that far away. So, let's just continue with this. Okay, is this our man over here?
Are you Husa?
Yeah, and who's asking?
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
And may the Mother of Wisdom give us strength. You're to stand just there, look your best when the arrow comes forth, and keep still.
Okay. I don't think I will, though.
Friends, brethren, good people of London, we have had a hard week.
So is that him?
Cowardly invaders stole into our governor's home and robbed him of his life.
And I guess I will do the same with you now, huh?
Trigger, my
Okay,
friend,
can I just, like,
my leader,
assassinate him?
like a dog.
Well, I can perform a stealth assassination. And there we go. Perfect.
Hey! Hold there. Arrows knocked! It's a hard thing to raise the rats of a city into warriors. Hook, set!
You raised no one. You only trapped them in their cowering fear.
Draw strings! First wave fire! No, I gave these men order. I gave them purpose. I showed them their common enemy. Anchor strings! Second wave fire! I was arrow for their rage. Without a foe to consume, we devour ourselves.
He speaks true. A man without an enemy defeats himself.
Justify all you want. You're just a king killer and a coward.
Mighty High Horse, you'd do the same if you were me. Aim and fire!
Also, now that I played as male Eivor, I think Odin is actually supposed to look like Eivor. And he may have the same voice actor as well. I obviously didn't realize that before I actually played as him in that Asgard story. Anyway, I may have to make a run for it now. Yep, I certainly do. So, let's just leave them behind and find a place to hide. Oh, and I ran into a restricted area. That's just great. But it looks like they're not following me. Oh, they actually might follow me. So let me hide somewhere outside of the city walls. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won't follow me all the way here. Okay, looks like we got another target. Afgos Barehand, Platinus Afgos, the arrow. Afgos Barehand, or the arrow, mastered projectiles at a young age. While his village was peaceful, his heroes were warriors. He ran away to go a Viking with a great heathen army and rose through its ranks, yet never high enough for his aspirations. He joined the order on an offer of power not even Odin could give. Alright. But he is defeated now. And yeah, at some point I may have to go and hunt some of these guys, since I kind of know where to find them. And I did see her, so I think if I just go back to that place where we met Fulke, she still might be there. so I might be able to assassinate her as well. But I think we did accomplish quite a bit today. I have to return to Stow now, which I will do in the next episode, and I guess then we will take care of the leech. So yeah, for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.